my God, killers. What's going on? Noob here. Feel like we were just here doing this. And now we're back because you know what? I made a critical error and I learned from my mistakes. Knowledge management is power, folks. And I was ill prepared. And I sincerely apologize. This is to Lottie Dottie, the whole freaking army, it feels like. I've been communicated with by CASCOM, the colonel of CASCOM, Colonel Donahue, the Command Sergeant Major Escobedo. I am overwhelmed by the amount of support that this has gotten and the traction that this gotten. But this has been a long process in the making. So I started this back in February of this year. So it's been 8 months, almost 9 months now since I started this. And when I started it, we didn't have any issues. And then whether it be Google doing some crazy footwork or my own ignorance of editing files as we were going through this, trying to make everything clean and proper. So I organized my QR folder and my PMCSs. But when I did that, I double checked it originally and it worked. But then as we progressed, the QR started breaking more and more and more. And that there was no anticipation. I just started getting emails last week and they were like, hey, we are using these QRs and they're not working anymore. And I myself have printed and laminated, I printed, laminated, and cut probably 30 or 40 just for my equipment. And I've got them mounted. So now I have to take them out of the vehicles. And I know that everybody else does too. And it's a pain in the ass. And I'm very sorry. I didn't see it coming. I don't think anybody did. So I got with the creator, the crafter creator, and he and I chatted for about an hour. And the QRs that we were originally using were static, which means that they don't move. They don't change. They're essentially, once we cut them and create them, that's it. Well, the issue with that is that we're linking them to URLs. So check out this. So this is the PMCS drive URL. So all that gibberish right there at the very end. If I were to go in, I'm assuming that if this changes in any way, shape, or form, then it causes a discrepancy. Well, I had done some testing and changing some of this stuff around, and I didn't have any problems. But apparently, it does cause issues. It's just they're not immediate. And whether they were months in the making or whatnot, I don't know. That's the hard part is that this just kind of popped up and then it went mass. It literally changed everything. So all of the QRs that are presently out there are trash. All of them. It's heartbreaking. I spent 9 months doing this and I feel like a shitty person because I got an email from the CW5 at the division level for the 10th Mountain active duty. I'm a reserve guy. I'm AGR. Nobody knows me outside of that. This is just something that I was doing on the side and they got a hold of it somehow and it exploded. So this CW5 is like, check it out, division, use this. And now I have to be like, oh shit. Oh no. CASCOM, all of these people have been utilizing this. So I was scrambling and I was stressed out all this week. This past weekend, it was just exhausting. I was sitting here looking up options and I stumbled onto one last night. So the opposite of dynamic, or the opposite of static, is dynamic. And dynamic is a changing force or a form. So a lot of this stuff, the reason I was having problems is last week I was looking through a bunch of different sites. I must have looked through 20 or 30 sites, 20 or 30 apps looking for a QR code generator that was dynamic, that was cheap. I say cheap because I've spent maybe almost $100, give or take, to make this happen. And this is out of my own money. No donations, no nothing. Like, this is just something that I've done. The Army doesn't pay for this. The Army has never offered to pay for this. This is just something that I've been doing out of my own good graces at this point. But the generator sites that I was finding were like $25 a month, folks. I don't know if you know this, but you can do the math on your own time. My zip code is 74008, and I'm an E6 with less than 10 years in. I come up on 10 years in February. You can do the math to figure out how much I make and then determine whether $25 a month, which is more than all of like our electronics combined, is doable. And it's not. If the Army was going to be like, hey, we're going to cover this for you, send it. Full send. But until that time, last night, I had a couple beers because I was stressed out, and I started digging again. And I found this. The QR code generator.com. And you're like, are you serious right now? That's it? That's it? Privacy terms, I was talking to my buddy last night. This is a German site, so they are far more strict about their privacy laws than the US is. So I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. When you sign in, it starts, so you can do like a generate, and it says static. But then you'll log in. And as long as you're logged in, it comes up and it pops up and it tells you, as long as you're logged in with a Google Chrome account, and I don't know what in the world they do with that or how that operates, but I click my codes, my dynamic is the key word, QR codes. These are all the brand new QRs so far. I did about 53 last night. And what this allows me to do is I can go in and I can edit this QR. This QR specifically is for the TPU, the tank and pump unit. I can edit the URL, but the QR stays static. So a dynamic QR is a static picture or an image that is a code or a scanner that you can change the direction of where it sends you, which is genius, might I add. But even more so, this site does it for free. You guys don't understand how friggin' happy I am. So with that being said, we're gonna go through a quickie. I'm gonna leave that one alone. So I finished miscellaneous yesterday night. So this is other vehicles. MRAP, right click, get link, copy link. Ooh, my monitor's going crazy. Copy link, it says copied at the bottom, click outside of it. Come over here, big yellow dot, click URL, Control V. Now this is where it got a little tricky because once I saved it, it was like, it came up, so up here there's a little pencil. Oh, so first of all, click these. I'm doing 200, so we're actually changing the size of all the QRs also. So they're gonna go from 175 pixel PX to 200. So one is, once you do this pencil, I saved it originally, and it saved as my awesome code. And I was like, how am I ever gonna tell that this is an MRAP? And then I saw this. This says my awesome code. So I type in 1240, and this goes through the 1277A1 models. And that's it. So then I click over here and I control C, because all it does is rename the code. Then I come back over here to save, control V, save, boop, it's done. That's it. Y'all, here's the code. That's it, right there. That's the MRAP code. Send it, full send. So then I just grab it and I drop it back in here. Boop. So do you see how easy this is and how this operates so smoothly? This is not on government computer, PSA. You know, we can make a missile that can fly across the world, pinpoint some dude in a car and 1,000 other people and blow them to smithereens, but we can't make internet and websites to save our lives. There is zero standard among the Army. And trying to do something like this on a government computer is, it's taxing. It hurts your soul, especially when you're used to quick internet. Again, get link, copy, come over here, my codes, click the button, URL, control V, edit. This is a M9 Ace. M9 Ace. I've stopped putting spaces in between stuff, just because I was talking to the crafter guy, and file names and stuff like that usually don't have spaces, so you'll notice that like everything has been cut out. If there was a dot, there's a hyphen. If there's a space, it's gone. If it wasn't worth it, etc., etc. So we control C, okay, save, control V, save. It's down at the bottom right there. Come over here, grab an M9 Ace, drop it in. So usually I would do all of the tracks at once and then just grab all of them and drop them in. And then over here, I was just grabbing my QRs and dropping them into the dynamic QR folder that I made. I can delete that. And that's it. So this right here, the QR code generator.com. Absolutely brilliant. My only sad part is that this is the filing system. Like this is what we're dealing with. So I was doing them in order. So I did Humvees, and then I did generators, and then I did HEMTs, and then I did MTVs, and then was that material handling, miscellaneous, and now I'm into track, but there's no filing or folder system. So, and also like if you try and like grab these and move them, the cool thing about this website also is that, see how it says scans? So if I go down here to this one, see how it says one scan? That is, last night I was working with my wife on this, trying to figure out a good thing, trying to figure out if this is going to work functionally. This, it tells me how many people have scanned this. So I can kind of get an idea of who's using them and what's going on and how many is happening. So your drill weekends, hopefully they spike. But anyways, yeah. So this is the QR generator. These are dynamic QRs. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, if you need help, if you want to know how to do this more in depth, if you have stuff that you want to share with me that you've created that is not currently on our list, and I say that because I've updated the list a little bit here and there. This is always going to be the link. I'm not going to change this, I don't think, even though it says 2020. But I changed the layout yesterday, and I'm going to see if this works for us. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, then I'll fix something. I'll do something else. But I split it into 2-column, and that's why this looks funky. And I mean, it's higher than here. It's formatting. But anyways, all the red ones have yet to be added. Like, well, I take that back. This one, and this one are all in the PMCS folders already for the group that it's a part of. The QRs just haven't been created yet. And then I've gotten a couple of these, but they're not in the right place. So, but we're down to 82. No, just kidding, 84. So I gotta fix this file. But anyways, if you find something like, let's say, I don't know, let's say like one of these models or something like that has like an A to it, like this, like the 1089, like A1P1. If you have that and I don't have it, go ahead and drop it in the upper into the folder out here, drop for a new list, and we'll get it worked in. But if you see something like 1088 A1P2 and you're like, whoa, I don't see it in here because this is because this is all you've seen, or that's all you recognize real quick, be sure to go into the QR or into the PMCS folder and open this up to see if it covers your model. I've had a couple people submit stuff, and I appreciate it super, super, super much, a lot. But if they're duplicates, then I'm sitting here like editing something, and then I go back in and look, and I've already got it, and it's not a waste of time, but it's kind of a waste of time. So. Just please, I'm the only one really managing this and doing this. This is a one-man show. So if you can help me help you, that would be appreciated greatly. And I think I'm going to change this EG layout. This might switch to the first page that way, because the header is starting to get in the way and pushing stuff down. But I think I'm also going to put in the folder links up here. I need to change the GCSS Army fillable template, the one in the middle. And then I may put up a QR for the PMCS or pqrs.army website. That way, worst case scenario, people can scan that and just go. You can go to any of the pages in the website. So the way that I have it set up right now, and this was a hot fix because of the QRs all crashing, and is this, the blue ones all go to the same folder. So all of these, you'll notice, see the pattern is all the same, which is the same as this one. So when you scan any of the blue ones, it goes to the folder, the actual folder for the PMCSs, which is like if you were to scan HEMT and LET PMCS folder, this comes up. This is the LET and HEMT PMCS folder. And then you just select whatever model you want and the packet's open. The packets are never the issue. The link is always going to be the link should always be relatively the same, hypothetically, spiritually, maybe. So anyways, I've gone long enough. I'm rambling, kind of cover all this stuff. If you need any assistance, you know how to find me. Look me up. If you need anything else, if you want to chat about life or COVID or anything, I'm here. Love you guys. Be safe out there. Have a good day. Noob out.